Alright, for this month I wanted to try something different, so I'm just gonna go over some replays now. It says 15 win streak. I did like go from Master 4 to Master 1, so I'm just gonna try talking over some of these replays and hopefully it's interesting. I'm mainly doing this because, whoa, the game's pretty loud. I'll adjust that in a second, like once it starts at least. Alright, I wanted to do this because I wasn't really paying attention this month, so I forgot to save the games that would probably be good. So, as a last effort, I'm just gonna try talking over a 15 win streak and hopefully it's good content. So as we see here, there's a White Forest opponent. He started with the Field Style, so he's locked out of Darks, which automatically makes everything he does a bit less threatening. So that's kinda nice for me. And I'll just wait for him to finish here. It probably shouldn't take that long. At least when they get Dark Locked, I don't think it takes that long unless they're playing Centurion cards. But I guess that level 12 is Dark, so I don't have to worry about that. But either way, he can't get to the level 8 Diabell star, the one that's like a fiend that pops a card. So he ends on Arclight, Diabells, Diabells and Diabell. I know one of the sets is the Azamine Adeptors and Deception, so I can super poly these two away, but I draw a second talent, so when this happens, I think I wanna like trade the talents for the Omni, which would be the Herald. So I'm gonna start with Rhoda to see what happens, and he has an Ash. It's good that that's gone. I don't have Call By, but I guess that's why he wanted to use it there in case I did have Call By, it would be banished. So that's kinda nice. Now I do talents to draw, since he didn't activate the Azumina thing to summon Ilya Sylvia, and this trades for the Herald, which is kind of nice, and he goes for the Omni next. Now that the Herald is gone, when I discard Rose for Super Poly, she'll go to the grave and come back and trade for the Ilya Sylvia. So Rose triggers, Ilya Sylvia is gone, he has nothing now. I do talents to draw 2, I didn't really need to do that because I was killing him either way by engage search linkage, but now I do it and he gives up. So that's the first game. Honestly not that impressive, but we'll go to the second one now, which should be this. I played these games yesterday, so my memory of how I was thinking may not be the best, but I hope it's still enjoyable. Next up we have, well, I don't know what it is. Ash is my engage. Go Kaguri, add the engage back, get the engage. I search for linkage. I go for Shizuku. I set a Widow and this as a bluff because I don't know what I'm playing against, and I wanted follow-up, so I'm gonna do this where I get the 0 search and I have linkage and what do you call it? Engage for my turn. And he appears to be a striker. He tags out with priority, goes for 0, tries to pop a random card, he pops the 0. I didn't have Rain Grave. He randomly pops a back row, which is the Widow. I guess that's cool. I didn't chain it because I wanted his Zaylee to go to grave. Now these are his first 2 spells, and he searches linkage. I thought I could die here, like if he had another linkage, but I don't know. He goes for talents, takes my engage. Swings for 25, sends a spell, he's probably adding that back with Kagari. Now I got kinda worried if he had a way to deal with my Afterburn, because I kinda do need it. Sets 3, which looks annoying, he ends on Amatsu. And for here I was thinking of how to play it. I obviously have to linkage, which is annoying if he has like MST. But I start with Burner to force a back row, and it forces out the, what do you call it, linkage, so he wants to end on 0, or go to 0 rather. I chain linkage so my 0 can come out. I know he has a, what do you call it? This thing. Widow. And I don't think he has called by because he probably would have called by the droll if he had tactics. He tries to widow me, but I chained the droplet and he... I forgot what happened. I think he gives up. Yeah, he just gives up. I don't think he should have given up. Like, it's not guaranteed over, but he gives up. Next game, I don't know what this is either. I'll just wait for it to load in to see what I'm playing against. I lost this clean, but pretty good hand though. Oh, it's such 3. Oh, it's Labrynth. This is really annoying, this card. I search for the MST, randomly copy it back row. It wasn't evenly, that was extremely annoying actually. Because now like I have to be careful of every battle phase while these two are in the grave together. But I go for the draw 2, pitch the widow, I don't think I'll need it. And Droll isn't good against Labrynth. He summons Ariana? Yeah, that's Ariana. I tag out to pop something. I think I had to tag out because in case of Dharma. Like I did that with priority. He goes for the good one, the one that's not a brick. Those come back, which is really annoying actually. I banish it, he doesn't chain. I go for Lemnis. I search engage, I search multi-roll, maybe that was a mistake. Because I still have to play around the roll back. I pop it. Now I was just going for this to like, so he hopefully, like to hopefully force out this onto evenly because I wanted him to not be using the rollback on actual engine cards. So if I had to give up multi-roll like that, it would have been fine. And he could have also done it at the end of the battle phase even if he summons her. But I guess he didn't want to. I guess that was him saving resources. I decided to not set these because I know he could like roll back evenly me at any time. And I think this is enough. And I add the widow for my turn. He sets a card, goes for Ariana. I let him do it. I probably should have changed Super Paul in case he has like some weird devastating trap, but it turned out to be a big welcome so I can chain the Super Poly now. And whatever he summons will have to go to hand. He activates Lovely, and he goes for rollback on Big Welcome to summon... Oh, that one's Lovely, because that one's Lady. And he chooses not to attack. He goes Big Welcome, so I bounce his monsters. So the, what's her name doesn't trigger the Lovely. But he summons her, so I can't bounce both monsters. He goes for Ariane. Discards 2 to set this, I guess to protect Lady. Ku Clock comes back. He's able to, I don't know why he set roll back there. I guess it's because a card the reason you would set that is because it's like a card and I can't get rid of her really. Well, unless that card is gone, and then if I get rid of it, he can use stuff in his grave, so I guess that's an okay decision. Either way, this board is pretty annoying to clean up. Like, go for a Dara, get a draw, go to Cavalry, add back engage, search for burner. I decided to not use the burner, which is a mistake. I could have killed him if I did use it, so that was like a huge error on my part. I just wasn't thinking of doing the actual knife here. But I tag out, pop the Lovely and the other thing, attack. Tag out into Hayate. Zeke self-banish because I don't want to deal with all that stuff. And I don't think I'm getting OTK by Labrynth. He sets 1 and ends. Zeke comes back. He drew a maxi, which is annoying. I didn't need to do this. But I go for Radiant Typhoon, I go Battle Fate, or I don't go Battle Fate yet, I do it to pop his new set. I mean, he was playing Draco Tail in lab, I don't know why you do that, but whatever. He draws into a EEV, which is annoying. The clock comes back, but it doesn't matter, just take the clock, summon 0 and kill him. Could have been disastrous if he got to that EEV earlier, but whatever. Next game is against, well, I don't even know yet, I'll have to wait for it to load in. Oh, I drew 3 Super Poly, Droll, and Rose. Pretty bad hand. Go for Rose into Shizuku, hope to get a search, but no, he imperms it. Pretty bad for me. He sets 4. Is this Odeon? I don't remember. Go for Hayate. Oh, and he summons the Apophis. Now, if he's doing this, I don't know why he didn't just like let it go to the battle phase and imperm. You don't have to use that yet. I don't know. But I go for this, go into Zeke. I try to banish this thing, but he Solemns. I know he has the negate, so I'm not going to use engage because there's nothing to gain from that. Sets a new card. I also knew this was a judgment because when he used the Solemn there was a delay, and that's the only card that would have a delay there. But now I try to engage, and he uses his judgment, he doesn't use the Apophis, which is kind of annoying. I go for Kagure, try to add back this, he finally uses the Apophis, but he's down to 3000 life. So I fuse his 2 snakes away, summon Garura, and kill him. That was this one, right? Yeah. So next is this. I don't remember what this is either. Pretty mediocre hand I have here. It starts with the DMG pitch Whirlwind. What did he add? Gandor? No, he did the thing for Stark, then Future Silence, then Gandor. Goes for the Dark Magician of Destruction, but it didn't add anything, so I guess he has Gaze in hand. He summons another Magician Girl, goes for Phoenix into Mermaid. He didn't go Fiend Smith, so that makes me think he doesn't run it, or he just doesn't want it, I don't know. But either way, it doesn't matter. His last card is foolish. I know Gaze in hand, so he's just gonna do his Orcust stuff. Not much to say at this point. Adds Gersu for follow-up, pitches the Gersu for Babel. That thing for Galatea. Thing Gersu for reattach on the banished ones, the skeleton. Then he goes SP, banish, right, you know, engage, I guess that's fine. Then he goes, now he just Gaze on his turn. I have no clue why, because like he doesn't have a card to discard for the goon. But you never know. Like maybe he can get it back some way. I don't know. But either way, it makes it easy for me to just get rid of those two. Now Rose comes back and negates the SP. He does this to revive in-law Gersu. MST is stable, and he just runs away for his life or some shit. Next we have this game. Now I have have a pretty good hand here, assuming I can draw a playable card. Draw 2, draw Rose, the worst starter. As always, he has Perulia. Usually when I see Perulia, I always think it's like some blind second deck like Gem Knight or Tenpai. But I give him his 1 draw, go Shizuku, set 3. Now maybe I should have set the Shark Cannon and kept the Callby in hand, but either way I would have to discard one for the Super Poly, so I don't know. And he goes into Fua. Now him doing this makes me think that he had like another Fua or something, because why would you do that? Why not just save it for your turn when you know you can get the tag out from that and then possibly the Luminous Link, but who knows. Either way, I go for engage for follow-up. He instantly droplets me when he did have another Fua. He sends a Harp, so I try to call by it, but you know, he has cross out. He summons a token to my field, I don't really care, well at least not for now. He goes Phoenix, tries to pop a back row, I don't want to lose my Super Poly, so I pitch the Shark. Because it's really hard for Orcust to play through Super Poly. He goes SP, tries to banish it again. Now I thought about this for a while, should I do it or shouldn't I? But I have Rose and Grave, so I decided to fuse these two up for Mud Dragon. And since this is in the EMZ, I get to go for Mud Dragon, Rose comes back. I get to link those two into Zeke. Then Zeke banishes Zero, so during the end phase, if he somehow does this full Orcust combo and ends on Babel, she can tag out, pop the Babel, and then I can play for free on my turn, only having to worry about the counter trap. But he goes for Skeleton, summons Gear, so I guess he doesn't play other Orcust stuff. But Zero comes back, and in case his last card is Ash, I do not tag out. I draw Desires, go Battle Phase, try to tag out now, and attack. I can't kill, at least I don't think I can. I go for the engage, swing for 2000. Make 0 just to end on it, search a Widow. I think I can banish 10 now. Draw 2, pitch the drums, and set that. Now I have Maxi and Droll, but he adds that thing. I Maxi, he just gives up, it doesn't really matter. I probably should have Drolled instead, because I don't play other hand traps, so there's nothing for me to draw into. But either way, next game. I won the coin flip here, pretty decent hand. I don't like Rhoda when I already have a play. Go Rhoda for Rose. Upstart, he maxes me, pretty typical really. I tag out, go for 0, try to search, he Veilers, so it is Draco Tail. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean it's Draco Tail, but I thought that was the most likely thing. He ashes my engage. I try to engage again, this time I get Widow. Now, this is annoying because usually I run Eagle Booster, but I wasn't running it at this point. And I personally think Eagle Booster is like probably the best card against Draco Tail because it's really easy for them to deal with your back row and your monsters because of like Mululu and all that stuff, and Urgula. But you know, for some reason he bricked. Now I tag out in the main phase because if I am getting ashed, I want to be able to use tactics. He didn't have a good hand, so I get rid of his Fuser and keep the mid droplet and whatever that other card was. I think it was Flame. Doesn't draw play, sets presumably droplet and Flame. Now I just summon 3 and attack because this will force the droplet, otherwise he's dead. Keep his card economy low. Link those two into Zeke. Zeke banish race, so I have a raid coming back next turn. Kargi add back, engage. And at this point, it's probably pretty much over for him. Add the engage back, just add some more cards. MST is very good in case he like somehow fuses and manages to set a card. I can just pop it, but it's over. Next is a guy, I don't know what this guy was playing, but he has an Azuna avatar. I won this coin flip, but you know, 2 rows, desires, draw 2. He fools, I lose 2 engages, shark cannon, very annoying. I upstart into linkage. You know, it's pretty annoying that he fluid, because I think otherwise I would have had a way to get the rose out my hand, but I don't want to give him that extra draw, so this 0 can't tag out. And he draws me. But I had a striker spell anyway, so I could add it back. Now it's his turn. He activates a Lunalight card, and my life is flashing before my eyes, but I decide to train Maxi in case he has call by, because I absolutely need this troll to resolve. But he has Ash, so he adds his card, I draw him, and that should be probably enough to survive. And he's just gonna keep clicking buttons. I legitimately do not know how to play Lunalight, and I don't know what the cards do, so I think I'll just try to interrupt him when it seems like it will make sense. There's a cross sheep, stuff is happening, summoning cards, sending stuff, setting a tanky, or lowering my monster's attack, negating 0, for some reason he thought I could tag out, which is a bit too soon. I try to switch the 0 for something else, force to negate. Well, it didn't force it, but I wanted him to use it, so he kinda fell for the bait there. Now 0 is still negated, normal rose, so now it's possible for 0 to tag out, even though she is still negated, but it doesn't matter. I can get rid of her here. Attack, rose comes back, Amatsu, pop 0 on Tiger King. Attack, send engage, send rose. Probably add a card, then Zeke self-banish something for follow-up. Probably banish Hayato, yeah. Add engage, add linkage. Linkage for 0. Add engage. Now, I think I would want Shark Cannon against Luna, but you know it was banished. But I have 3 cards, and once again the Desires sitting here useless. So far in all these games, I think Desires has done absolutely nothing, but you know, I just wanted to try it again. But it should have been a different card, honestly. Next we have this guy with the Wicked avatar as his avatar. 23 minutes in, this is going by pretty fast. I won this coin flip. Draw, phase draw. He hits me with Purge, so it's probably Man, most likely. Could also be, what's it called? Yummy, or Blue Eyes, or Radiant Typhoon, but judging by his Egyptian attire, I'll assume it's Man. This is just me adding stuff. The reason I'm playing like this is because I think I played this guy earlier in the day, so I knew it was Man. Yeah, I definitely knew it was Man, that's why I added Afterburner and chose to end on Shizuku like this. Because I know this is typically a more annoying board for Man to deal with. He goes load, activate, or edge drill beam. This sets his Apophis, adds Anubis. I call by here because there's nothing else to call by, and it's ideal if Drill Beam gets used on this, as opposed to some actually important card. He summons his barrel, I should take it so he can't reset the Drill Beam. He goes for Labradorite. And put 4 cards back to bounce his Apophis. He has 2 unknowns. Oh wait, I didn't bounce the Apophis, I bounced something else. Maybe I bounced the Apophis, I don't remember. But I get rid of the unknown, it's super poly. For some reason he decides to negate drones. Add back engage. Search multi-roll. I have tactics, but I don't think that it's ever going to be alive. Unless he has like Barone, and he doesn't. This is just drawing cards. Search Shark to get rid of Anubis. I put the weak Apophis back in his hand and keep the bigger one on board. Add Burner back. Pop Temple and the Swamp Deity. Get rid of his Labradorite. Steal his Barrel to get 1600 extra damage. Send the Barrel. Once again, Desires is sitting useless in my hand because there's no reason to ever activate it here. That's been a recurring theme throughout this video. This honestly should have been another Upstart or Area 0. Banish his Anubis. Let him search, he adds Scream, doesn't matter, steal his man. Sets 3, 0 tag out, pop 2 back row, really hoping to get Scream here, and I do. Blink those off, pop out another back row. Hit him with Apophis. Engage, he decides to Apophis. How many of these does he run? Oh, I guess that's normal, just 2 and 2. Negates my multi-roll, but it doesn't matter because the game should be over at this point. Swing over the snake thing. Swing over the man. Send the card. Linkage into 0. Swing over the Apophis. Tag out. Summon Green Rose. Pop back for no reason. And finally tag out into Kaina and kill. Man down. Next game. We are against... I lost the coin flip. Pretty okay hand. Starts with Deception. Pitches NT 8000, so this is Orcust. I roll him, not that this really does anything against Orcust, but I guess it stops him from going to Lucialago and then searching wanted for Diabella, so I don't have to deal with the goon here. He's gonna do his Orcust Droll combo, which is not really that different from a normal Orcust combo. He chooses to go for Babel instead of Crescendo. He does his Orcust combo. Sorry, there's not really much to say here. Puts the wand back in hand and sets 2. Now that would really piss me off if he somehow drew the trap and my draw was for nothing. I go draw phase, draw 2, discard 1. I go draw phase, add the MST, pop the Babel. He somehow lets that go through. Not sure why. Activate roll, steal his Enlil Gersu, run over the Omni. Not sure why he's letting all this happen. Get rid of the Enlil Gersu, activate engage, search Ray. Now I didn't want to tag out into 0 or something because I thought that one of these could be call by, since you wouldn't really want to use call by on Droll and Orcust, like there's other stuff you could use it on, but you know, I'm not sure what his back row could be because he's not activating anything. I'm not sure if he's like AFK or something. Go for Shizuku. I'm doing it like this so end phase I can Shark Cannon, banish something, go into 0 via the Shark Cannon. Then I can banish his Galatea. Now I can call by the Enlil Bursu and I can reset the Shark Cannon. So just like that I banish 4 cards and he gives up. I would too. Next we have another game against Duelist here. Not sure what Duelist could be playing. And I have a pretty good hand for going second. The ever-powerful Droll on Lockbird will surely stifle my opponent's plays, but it's yummy, so at worst, or at most, it's just cutting him off of surprise, which he very well could have just drawn, because that's what usually happens with my luck. But I decided to do it anyway because I have Super Poly, and if I have like one more way to cut him off of like surprise reviving a level 2 Synchro, which would like let him do a lot more, it's very useful. He does his IP into Elf, revives his Synchro, goes for Metal Marcher, revives something. Now that's a negated Lollipop, so he links it off into Snatchy, I guess. Puts 2 of these dudes back. Now he doesn't end on anything. Now this being here is actually super annoying because I wanted to just Super Poly, but now if I Super Poly, some random card would come back. And like I guess what I should have done was Super Poly these 2 in the draw or standby, then Widow this thing, so like no matter what he summons I can just get rid of it, but I don't think I had the toggle on or something. Oh, it was that in case his last card was Droll, I wanted the Herald to be there so I don't get Droll. Yeah, that's what it was. So this is a bit greedy of me, but it's Ash, so as usual I banished 10 with Desires. At least I really only lost 1 Widow, but you know these Widows are very important against Yummy. But as usual, Desires, I guess it baited an Ash this time, but it still didn't do anything. And I was punished for my greed by not playing the standby phase. Summon this shit. Now because of that he can get his Karibo. I was kind of throwing this game, I don't think I should have won. Whatever, he goes Snatchy, summon 0, he tries to pop 0 with Cookie, I tag out. Take Elf so I can run stuff over, but I didn't really need to. I could have done it at any other point. But I don't think it matters at this point. I get to banish Cup C, so I don't have to worry about it later. Or at least coming back off one of the Synchros, which would be annoying on his turn. Go for Engage for multi-roll. And draw another Engage off of it, so I pretty much just win there. And he gives up, very nice. Shouldn't have won that, but you know, sometimes that happens. Extra against 1, 2, 3, 4, don't need his plane. Now I draw Desires again. I start with Desires. Gets Ash. You know, at least it baited an Ash, right? Still don't think it's done anything. I get Max Seed, you know. Pretty typical. I search a Shark Cannon because I already have a Widow and I don't think much is gonna happen. Probably should have. Oh no, wait, I banished both Widows, that's why I did that. Now it's this Synchron deck. My life was flashing before my eyes when I saw this Stardust. but you know, I have Droll. So, just passes, you know, Droll. Very powerful, fair card. And just like that, I'm able to summon Rose, go into Hayate, swing for 15, send a Lemnis gauge, run over his Stardust, 500, tag out for Ring and Rose, and then Ray tag out, and Lemnis link Rose off into Amatsu, and just like that, I get the last 3000 damage. So I guess Droll won me that game. Next we have a game against not sure what this is, but I have a really good hand. Oh yeah, I know this is Orcust because I played this guy earlier. So I decided, I don't remember if he was running Droll, but I played it in such a way that I could play around Droll, I think. I really prioritized Super Poly here because I knew it was Orcust just from playing him earlier. I draw Desires, draw Maxi and Linkage. No, the Maxi is kind of useless, so I guess I drew Linkage. I mean, I guess I can discard it for Super Poly. I don't play other hand traps, so like if someone would wanted to kill me, they would be able to. But I just decided to steal his Harp on normal summon, and he just gives up. You know, sometimes that just happens. Sometimes they have nothing. Next is a game against, honestly don't remember, but I won this coin flip. I have Rose engage. I try to engage and he purges it, so I think it's like Yummy or Man or some shit. Go for Rose, try to add back the engage. Goes through. Go for drones in case it's like Man on Retaliating. I wouldn't want to get rid of my very own thing with linkage. I decide to add 0, or make 0, 0 add engage, search for linkage for follow-up, and I set 3. Now I was thinking if this is Yummy, I should set the droplet, but I mean if it's Yummy I should have probably kept something else in hand, because droplet is good against them, but at the same time, if it's Man, droplet is kinda useless there, so I just assumed it was Man, I don't know. But he activates MST, so it's actually Radiant Typhoon. I always forget that they could play this. So this is looking bad, because if he hits my Super Poly, I don't think I could win. And he snipes the linkage, so now he's just gonna do stuff. He starts with Extra. Goes Swen, add some Radiant Typhoon to revive. He goes into Win. Interesting. He decides to attack. And Call buys me, you know. Pretty expected. And he summons a Radiant Typhoon. Now luckily for me he didn't hit the Super Poly, so I can get rid of these two. And Rose comes back. Unfortunately I don't have what do you call it? Lemnis Engrave, because I would have just banished myself. So I would have follow-up for next turn. But he adds Crusade, then does nothing, because I guess he used his normal already. And this is the 15th game. It was against some dude in Master 1. This was like the rank up game to Master 1. And I win the coin flip. I'm against a 60 card deck with branded attire, so I assume it's going to be branded. Now, this may just be me, but I actually prefer to go second against branded as striker. I don't know if other people agree, but I very much prefer it. I go raid, go to 0, add engage, search multi-roll. Probably shouldn't have done this. There's probably better searches, especially if it's branded. Go for engage, engage at Lemnis, decide to end on Shizuku. Now I choose to not set callby because I think it's pretty useful against branded on my own turn, in case he has like the Sanctifier Albion and stuff like the trap that lets you fusion summon by targeting something engraved. And I add linkage because that's also a good card against branded on my turn. Now he starts with Saronir, so it is indeed branded. I could have gotten rid of that, but luckily, it worked out that I didn't because he has lost and he tries to fuse at me, so I tried to steal his Alabouts. He super polys, gets rid of his last card, so I'm thinking I pretty much won at this point. There's no way a single Mirror Jade could beat this, and I'm definitely bouncing the loss so he doesn't get the surge. He Mirror Jade banishes Saronir, I guess to get follow-up, but he chooses to get rid of Albion. Like, it doesn't matter, it's pretty much over at this point. He goes branded in red. This doesn't do anything. Not even sure what he could choose for, and he gives up. So this may have not been that impressive, but you know, I wanted to, because sometimes they get these like commentary requests, like you should talk more over your videos and your thought process, but these were all pretty simple games. Like, I think the only impressive play I did that whole time was the one where I banished my Zeke for follow-up with against like Orcust. This was the deck I used. Honestly, this card, it really didn't do anything. Like, I guess it baited Ash like twice. That's like all it really ever did. So if I were to fix this, I would definitely just get rid of that and put in some striker cards that I actually like this, or a card that I did miss having sometimes was Evil Booster. And I guess if you're not on Desires, you don't need the second rose, but I like the second rose, so I don't know, maybe something like this. But that would be all for now. Now, the reason I'm uploading this one is because I wanted to have a video that shows what the more normal games for Striker on ladder are like. Like, none of those were super impressive, and I usually try uploading the cherry-picked games where the stuff you do looks kind of cool, but I didn't really get that many this time, so I might as well just upload a normal video instead of stuff where it's like, wow, you broke this super cool board and stuff like that. So this video probably doesn't look that impressive in comparison, but that's how it's gonna have to be this month, because I do have some other replays saved, but I don't think there are that many of them, so it's not gonna be a long video, but I'll just upload this for now, and thanks for watching.